Starting with the name of Allah, who is the most beneficent and the most merciful. قال رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to my channel Sautul Quran with Qaria Fatima. In our previous video, we started a new series which was about magic. Today's topic is types of magic. So let's start. There are three major types of magic: white magic, grey magic and black magic. But in this video, we'll discuss about the most common types of black magic. The first kind of magic is Sahrul Tafriq, which is called as magic of separation. In Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned about this magic that two angels, Harut and Marut, came to the city of Babylon to teach black magic. But before they taught black magic, they said that we are nothing but a trial, so don't get into kufr. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned about a magic that separate husband and wife. So this magic still exists today. And this is the greatest accomplishment for the shayateen and for the jinns, to separate husband from his wife. In the hadith, Prophet Muhammad said, the jinn from all over the world go to the head of the jinns and they give the report of what they did all the day. One shaitan says that he separated two brothers. He said, okay, that's fine. One shaitan says, I created a fitna, a trial. The chief says, that's fine. But when a shaitan comes and says that he created a fitna which resulted in divorce between husband and wife, then the chief gives him his seat and gives out his crown. This is the greatest accomplishment for the shayateen and for the jinn, to separate husband from his wife. Astaghfirullah. The another kind of magic is Sahrul Muhabba. That is the magic of love. Some of the symptoms are excessive love and passion. They go to black magicians and get package kind of thing. I mean a 6-month package for 15,000. Some kind of package the black magicians presents. So they buy the package and they do all sorts of evil stuff on that. I mean the material or something they give to burn outside the house of the girl, and no sooner the boy burn it and no sooner the girl passes over it, astaghfirullah, she becomes a victim. Usually the wives are insecure about their husbands, and usually the wives who feel that their husbands may fall into any tribe or any women, in that case they go to the black magicians to get this magic done. That is muhabba. So there will be excessive love and passion between both of them and blind obedience. So these are some of the symptoms of Sahrul Muhabba. Another kind of black magic is Sahrul Takhayyul. There is false appearance of objects, especially the victim who are under the influence of this magic. They see the fixed objects moving. For example, I see the jug being static, but if the person who is under the influence of Sahrul Takhayyul, he sees this jug moving from one direction to another. At the same time, he would see the small objects appearing large. For example, the jug appears to me a huge drum. So the person who is under the influence of this magic sees small objects large, and he sees false appearances of ropes as snakes, as stationary objects as animals, and that he sees in his house. Another kind of black magic is Sahrul Junoon. That is the magic of lunacy, is usually performed on the person to make him mad or lunatic. The symptoms are severe absent-mindedness and forgetfulness, confused speech, plugging of eyes, and deviation of sight, restlessness, and ability to do tasks regularly. So usually the person affected with the Sahrul Junoon can't do their tasks regularly and disinterest in one's appearance. So these are the symptoms of Sahrul Junoon. Another kind of black magic is Sahrul Humul. That is the magic to make a person lethargic. The symptoms are the person loves seclusion and constant silence, and antisocial ability, absent-mindedness, frequent headaches, and quietness, and constant lethargy. So these are the symptoms of Sahrul Humul. Another kind of black magic is Sahrul Hawatif. That is, person sees bad dreams and hear voices from nowhere, and the symptoms are experiencing nightmares, and in dreams he sees that someone is calling him, and he hears voices while awake but can't see. He's seated and someone calls him, whispering, "Shh," and he turns and no one's there. So he hears voices while awake but can't see, and constant whispers. That is whispering and suspicion about friends and relatives. And victim sees himself as falling from high places in dreams. And victim sees himself chased by the beasts, and beasts are praised in dreams. So these are the symptoms of Sahrul Hawatif. Bad dreams and hearing voices, nightmares, etc. are the symptoms. Another kind of magic is Sahrul Mirth, or this magic of illness, and is usually done on the person to make him constantly ill. So jinn occupy the place in the brain, and it plays with the nervous system. And you know, nervous system is responsible for the functioning of all body parts. So there will be constant pain in one part of the body, and there will be epilepsy and paralysis on the area of patient's body, and total paralysis and disabilities in one of the sense of organs. So these are the symptoms of Sahrul Mirth. Another kind of magic is Sahrul Nazif. That is the bleeding from following menses. This magic is done on women. So the women affected with the magic, this type of magic, they constantly bleed, so that they stay in state of impurity. Another kind of black magic which is done to impede the marriage. So some of the symptoms are make the victim uncomfortable about the proposal. So for example, the victim is boy, so whatever proposal he gets, he rejects it. He gets uncomfortable about the proposal. If the victim is girl, then she becomes uncomfortable about any kind of proposal, and make the victim ugly to the party. So for example, people have come to meet and see boy, then he looks ugly, and sometime the proposal looks ugly to victim. And occasional headaches, severe tiredness in the chest between Asr and Maghrib, and absent-mindedness and anxiety during sleep, occasional constant stomachache and pain in lower back. So these are the symptoms of Sahr of impeding marriage. Another kind of black magic which is Sahrul Rabt. That is kind of magic performed on men who get erection problems during lovemaking. So some of the symptoms are the spouse look old and ugly to the victim, and he occasionally get headaches and severe tiredness in the chest between Asr and midnight, and absent-mindedness and anxiety during sleep and pain in the lower back, and these are the symptoms of Sahrur Raqd. So these are some major kinds of magic. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from these such severe types of black magic. Ameen. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
رأيت الذنوب تميت القلوب